Well then, let's see what you're made of, lad. Come at me and don't hold back.
In Kingdom Come Deliverance, life can be tough as a peasant, and it can be hard to figure out what you should do and what you'd better avoid. Here's 7 things not to do in Kingdom Come Deliverance. Regardless of how you feel about Henry's tale of revenge, there are certain elements to the main quest line that should not be missed, as you'll only be making things harder for yourself. The first thing you want to do is become friends with Captain Bernard. This is very important. Bernard is an expert in combat and warfare, whereas Henry is pretty terrible. Without his help, you'll be flailing around in combat without moves like perfect blocks or dodges for the rest of the game, so stick with the main story until you get to train under him. It shouldn't take long. But wait, don't go yet. If you stick with the main story a bit farther to the Ginger and a Pickle quest, not only will you get a free horse, but once the quest is complete, Bernard will offer to teach you combos in the Master Strike that follows up with an unblockable attack. You can also spar with him whenever you like to further increase your weapon skills.
That will do. That wasn't at all bad. Alright, it seems you're ready for the next lesson.
As much as we all want Henry to be an unstoppable killing machine that saves the land of Bohemia, at the end of the day, he's still a peasant. Until you've mastered the art of warfare and have the weapons and armor to back it up, nothing will get you killed quicker than getting ganged up on by multiple opponents. A lot of combat survival relies on blocking incoming blows, which means if you get sidelined by another opponent, you may be dead before you realize what hit you. Because of this, you'll want to look for ways to thin the ranks whenever possible. Consider options like sneaking into enemy camps, poisoning food supplies, and assassinations. If that won't work, a good bow can pick off extra opponents before they charge over to you. Sleeping foes are often unarmored and can even be knocked out while you fight their friends, and then stab them in the chest before they wake up. Unlike other RPGs, Kingdom Come isn't always content to wait around for you while you spend 20 hours hunting rabbits in the woods. Certain main quests have time-sensitive elements but will never lock you out, but there are side quests that are better undertaken as soon as you are able to. If a quest mentions meeting someone urgently, there's a good chance the quest may just move on without you. Sometimes things will work out okay, but other times, impatient debt collectors may send thugs after you, so it's best to see what they want right away. Stocking up on food is always a good idea, but in Kingdom Come, most food goes bad pretty quickly. Food with low durability and quality under 50% may end up giving you food poisoning. Poisoning will slowly damage you and lower your health over time, and the only remedy is to let it run its course or take an antidote. The length of the poisoning will depend on the food you ate, so sometimes it's best to just deal with the hunger for a short term until you can find a rabbit to kill and cook, or someone's pantry to rob. As you run around, get in fights, and generally cause mayhem, the condition of your items may start to decline. You'll actually see this happen in real time as tears and dents become more apparent on Henry's clothes, and it's not just cosmetic. Damaged items will make you look like a chump, and a chump will have a harder time haggling for good deals when bartering with merchants, or persuading someone that you're really trustworthy. More than that, severely damaged weapons and armor will also lose some of their offensive and defensive capabilities. Your clothes can also get pretty grimy, but luckily, a quick splash in a trough or a trip to the bathhouse can fix that grime. You should always repair your gear when in a big town like Ratai, or buy repair kits for the road. Sometimes the most dangerous foe out there is your own body, and you'll need to take good care of it if you want to survive. The 3 biggest stats to constantly watch are health, energy, and nourishment. Health can only be regained by sleeping the wounds away, drinking potions, or eating certain food that restore health. Food also gives you nourishment, which is crucial to avoid starving. When you starve, you'll slowly lose health and become debuffed, but the same can be said for eating too much. When your energy drops, you become tired, and your vision starts to blur, and you incur more penalties the longer you stay tired until you find a bed to crash on. There's a delicate dance here. Sleeping will restore health and energy, but lower nourishment over time. You also can't sleep when your energy is full, and will have to rely on food or potions to restore health instead. If this all sounds terrifying, don't worry, as it usually takes a while for a fully rested and nourished Henry to get to empty, and you can obtain perks that further lengthen this time. Plundering towns of their goods sounds like a great time, but there is one thing you need to be careful of: guards. When traveling through town, especially near castles, there's a chance a guard may randomly approach you and ask to search you. If you have a good reputation and speech skills, you may have the opportunity to shift focus away, but if they catch you with stolen items, it usually doesn't end well. Therefore, when on the prowl, never linger too long on a crime scene. Having a horse nearby to stash stolen goods is a good strategy, or a room at the inn to stow the stolen merchandise in your shared chest. For more tips and tricks on surviving Bohemia, be sure to check out our Kingdom Come Deliverance wiki guide, and also check out our video on how to lockpick and pickpocket and our graphics comparison. For everything else, stick with IGN.